Another Pixar movie that fails to reach the studio standards that they have unfortunately failed to live up to in years, but it was still entertaining enough. Hoppers is an okay movie, it's nothing special. I'm Wannabe Critic, and let's talk about it. I want to start off by talking about the things I did like about the movie. The animation was solid. There were many scenes during this movie that left me impressed. It was both the minuscule and larger scale details that worked really well, like how Mabel's and other characters' hair looked, the movement of the grass, and the way the animals and their environment were vibrant. My favorite quirk of this film's animation was a different portrayal of animals. When Mabel or anyone else would hop, the animals would have more detailed faces, versus when they weren't hopping, the animals would have less detailed faces and black eyes. Details like this is why I love animation. This was the most Pixar aspect of the film, and I loved it. I can't harp on enough how great that was. The characters and main plot in this movie are another strong element. I enjoy the character's presence on the screen, even the lizard character. I'm surprised I liked that character, but I did. It was a good comic relief. It was so dumb that it just worked. Mabel is a good main character. The opening scene does a lot to set up her motivations. It's also such a great scene in general. Nature is something that's healing for a lot of us, and it's nice to connect to our main character in that way. Mabel's persistence on saving the glade is a great plot because her motivations and attachment to something personal to her are relatable. It's easy to see ourselves as Mabel. We all have things that are important to us that we are willing to fight for. How the movie's plot is executed and finishes left me unsatisfied. I understand that it's a kids movie, but the way it ends is just too fake for my taste. I knew it couldn't end too realistically. It's just this evil mayor throughout the movie never shies away from building this highway in the glade and miraculously changes his mind at the end. That was just too far for me. He even admits to Mabel when they're working together that he's still going to build the highway. One of my main issues with the execution of the plot and ending is that it was just too flat. The writing didn't take anything further than the surface level. The execution is what holds so much of this movie back. The writing just wasn't there and leaves it to be a forgettable movie. There's nothing that will make this movie truly stick with me like in other Pixar movies. I was thrown out of this movie in too many big moments. We got too much unrealistic and in-your-face Disney-ish themes. King George is the biggest offender of this in the entire film. His whole character is about how everyone has good in them, which was too in your face for my taste. It's also super one-dimensional. I felt like the movie didn't have any layers to it. It felt like they had more to say and just didn't. They definitely could have done more and something stronger with the overall message and ending. I read rumors online that supposedly the creative team had a deeper environmentalist theme to it that the execs didn't like, which I could totally see how it was half-baked. Pixar movies haven't been the same golden standard for years now, but they have had a few sprinkles here and there. Unfortunately, this movie is missing so much of that classic Pixar feel. Like I said earlier, this isn't a bad movie, it's just not a strong Pixar movie. Pixar's high standards might be done for, but I'm still going to hold on to them. This is a mid-movie, but in a good sense. In a few weeks or even days, I might forget about a lot of this movie. There's just nothing special about this movie, which is okay. It's just a shame that Pixar isn't the same anymore. Hoppers easily feels like just a regular Disney movie. I do appreciate how it isn't just an unoriginal sequel, especially with most of their upcoming movies being those. I needed a lot more from the film to be anything other than mid. I watched this movie pretty blind as I saw some promotion of the movie and I barely knew what it was about. It was a fun experience watching the movie without watching a bunch of trailers that spoiled the entire movie. It's something I try to do with movies I know I'm for sure going to watch. It can be challenging since we're constantly spammed with movie ads all the time, but I do highly recommend it. Overall, Hoppers is a decent 6 out of 10. Those were my thoughts on Hoppers. Let me know what you thought about the movie in the comments. Please like and subscribe. I'm Wannabe Critic, and I'm out.